Hey everyone, Nick the Gaming Otter here. So we got some special today. I went to the Mario Bros. Movie yesterday, yay! And I have a Zelda shield here. And I just wanted to hold on to because it's like really nice to hold on to. And honestly, like who doesn't like this Zelda? But back to the Mario Bros. Movie. So I had a really great time watching it. It was fantastic. Uh, really more great than fantastic because there were little things that did hurt the overall experience, but I still enjoyed it nonetheless. So it's a very standard plot. Mario saves someone in front, Luigi, from Peach. I mean, it's not really much of a spoiler. The movie isn't really much about the plot itself. It's really more so about the journey along the way. And, it's a lot like life in that aspect. Like, you'll find out that there's a lot of journey aspects in the movie that are just enjoyable and pleasant. But there are definitely things that stick out. So, I'll just cover the negatives out of the way and then go to the positives. Because I like to use the negatives first, so that way you're down and you get all the way up. So, yeah, Chris Pratt really just didn't do it for me. I understand the whole gay community thing that Chris Pratt wasn't liked by the gay community, and I understand that. That wasn't my problem. I mean, it's like a Hogwarts Legacy thing. It's like, I judge it by its own merits. I don't care about the controversy behind it. That's how you have to look at something. I would probably even play Hogwarts Legacy. I don't think playing that game necessarily means you're anti-trans, because I have some trans friends that are like, oh, I like this game, and I'm like, oh, and you don't mind the fact that J.K. Rowling is like, who cares? Like, I just play it knowing that I love the franchise, rather than thinking about her, and that's the point, is like, you can still like something and not be a support of something. I mean, only if, like, maybe if you're actively going out of your way to mail money to J.K. Rowling, maybe. But I know some people are like, but you're still doing that by supporting the franchise. And it's like, you know what? Like, there's just too many strings attached to that. Like, just enjoy the franchise if you want to enjoy it. Like, it's not as... Anyway. But anyway, with Chris Pratt. Yeah, he's not Italian. He's not Italian. And just, it was really distracting having to hear his voice. I would have to give a dishonorable mention, no offense to Seth Rogen. I was like, he's too broy. He needs to not be so broy as Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong, to me, doesn't really come off as broy. I get that there's Diddy Kong. Oh, and Diddy Kong has very little bit in the movie. He's like a one line, and that's it. I was like, I would have liked more Diddy Kong as a stronger supporting role. Could we have more Diddy Kong in the movie? Cranky Kong had more of a function, and I was like, okay, fine. Um, who else did I want more in the movie? I mean, you get the Mario Bros. Family, but to be honest, there's really no established canon on that family, so it's like, I don't know how I feel about this. It's like, so then they have extra siblings and such, and you're just like, I thought they were only children. I thought it was only Mario and Luigi. And it's like, it's interesting because I do remember it from the 90s Mario Bros. Movie, where Mario and Luigi were orphans, and they were raised by themselves, but I guess that they wanted to make this more of a family movie, so they gave them a family. And, I was expecting them to take some civil liberties. I'm like, fine. Again, rather than not cast Chris Pratt, yeah, Pratt. Rather than not cast Chris Pratt, but it's what it is. Let's see, what else? Charlie Day was fantastic. Oh, the last negative thing, right? I didn't like some of the soundtrack choices. I was like, I like these songs, but what does this have to do with the overall movie? It's like, what does I feel like a ghost. Let me try to yeah, that's better. So I was gonna say, yeah, Take on Me. I was like, why do you have to have Take on Me in this movie? Take on Me does nothing for this scene. So, anyway. Take on Me does nothing for that. Let's see, what else? Take on Me does nothing. Holding Out for a Hero was like, eh. And I was just like, again, they're fine pop songs. I enjoy them, but in the context of the movie, it just was like, why? And I know why. Okay, I know why Holding Out for Your Hero was context. It was because he was gonna save Luigi. Fine. But still, just not really like, I just wish they only used Mario songs, maybe. Maybe that's me. I would have liked. I think there was Ave. Was there Ave Maria in the plumbing scene? I mean, that was kind of more of a humorous edge to it. I definitely like how they started the movie as they were plumbers, and I think the beginning part was long enough where it didn't get to the part where it held out for too long. Like, the pacing was actually not half bad. I will say the pacing in the movie is probably much better. I do wish the beginning was a little faster. They could have probably gone through some of the parts a bit better, but I know it was for setup, so it's fine. And at least they didn't spend too long in Brooklyn. And they do come back in the end of the movie. And, I probably should put spoilers. I'll probably say spoilers. But, I think when you're watching a movie review, you pretty much know what you're going to get. And to be fair, it is a Mario movie. You don't really watch these movies for the plot. And even with the Sonic movie, it's not really you're really just wondering, is it entertaining to watch? And if you're asking me based on that, yes, go watch it. You don't even have to watch the entire this review to see me gush over the movie, which I'm about to do. So, things I really liked about it. There were a lot of really nice Easter eggs. I liked Peach on her little motorcycle bike. I liked that they had the bananas and things like that in the Rainbow Road scene. That I thought was fantastic. The blue shell, that was nice. Even though the funny thing is, wait, Peach is in first. They should knock out Peach. Unless they're going to make Donkey Kong the first one. And it's because you actually watched it, you could actually point out some of the inconsistencies. But maybe they did that for, little Easter eggs so people would be like, what? So I could see that. Things I really also liked about the movie. I mean, I'm going to just gush over Charlie Day. I thought he was fantastic as Luigi. And I was like, wow, I totally see it. And it just made sense because Luigi is just very light and whimsical. And I know people were like, well, Chris Pratt is light and whimsical. And I was like, but he's not light and whimsical the way that I associate with Mario. And that's the reason why he just didn't work. And it was just I guess the reason why they had them together, I think they were in Guardians of the Galaxy. And I know Chris Pratt is definitely very family friendly. Even if you look up his Wikipedia. But anyway. But I liked Charlie Day. I thought he was fantastic. Anna Taylor-Joy was also a really nice surprise. Doug Bowser. I'm sorry, not Doug Bowser, because he's not in the movie, unfortunately. Unless he had a secret cameo role that we don't know about. But I will say, Jack Black as Bowser, fantastic. If he ever wants to come back and voice Bowser, and then please have that song where he's like, peaches, 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 peaches. And I'm like, love this. This is what I live for. If you can't tell, this is I want this. Yes, more of this. Yes, good. This is what we want. I thought that was fantastic. I liked the use of the power-ups. I thought that was great. I thought it was very creative. You had a pretty wide range of power-ups, and it was more than just the regular mushroom and the fire flower. You also got, ice flower and mini mushroom, and I was like, that's really good. It would have been interesting if they had Mega Mushroom. Maybe that in the sequel, Mario gets really, really big, and then, he runs through, everything, almost like King Kong against Bowser's Kingdom or something. That would be interesting. A lot of really nice ideas they could do for the sequel. Overall, this movie did do its job of pleasing the fans, and if you're a fan, you'll definitely enjoy it. But if you're a really serious fan like I am, you're definitely going to notice the flaws stick out of this movie. But overall, I give it 8, 9 out of 10-ish. If I'm not really nitpicking. Because again, I did have to watch it as slightly as a critic. Because I am watching a movie and I'm I still have to critique it. Even if I have the fanboy glasses on. I think some people don't understand is that when you're a fan of something, you have to unconditionally love it. Meaning that you don't criticize any little bit of it. And it's just because you have unconditional love for a fandom doesn't necessarily mean that you have to love every moment of it. You can still criticize something without being a jerk about it. You know what I'm saying? You can criticize a franchise in a way that isn't disrespectful. So, you can look at the Mario Bros. Movie and be like, this is great, and I like this. This is great. But, it's a great movie. Really enjoyed it. So, anything else I wanted to say that I really enjoyed about the movie? Let's see. Charles Martinet's cameo was kind of like the torch passed off to Chris Pratt, but that feels like a slap to the face. But I still like Charles Martinet that I got a cameo. That was nice. Let's see, what else? I liked the Kid Icarus thing that was Mario was playing. I liked the... What else did I like about the movie? What was it? Was it Kia's, Keegan was Toad? It was okay. Like, I was like, Toad's not really more of a main character to me, so you could have thrown anyone in and I just wouldn't have cared for Toad, to be honest. And I want to like Toad because I like Toad's Turnpike, but he's kind of just such a minor supporting role where he's just there, but he's not really there, if you make any sense. Like, he's in the movie, but he doesn't add anything to the overall plot other than just being a character. You know what I'm saying? He didn't really, he was by Peach's side, but it didn't really do much more than act as support, And it's fine, but, it's like, if you're gonna have these supporting characters, at least I'll say this, Toad's support in the movie was better than Diddy Kong, and I'll say that, and I really wish that Diddy Kong could have gotten a little more screen time, because Diddy Kong and Donkey Kong are they're attached to the hip, especially in the Donkey Kong Country games. Well, particularly the first one, obviously. But in the first one, they're right next to each other, and they almost never leave each other's side. So it was a bit weird for me to be like, oh, Diddy Kong is not right next to Donkey Kong. Okay. But anyway, it's just a critique. But anyway, I know I was saying, but anyway. I love the movie. Fantastic job. Was wonderful. Charlie Day was very pleasant. Enjoyed every minute of it. Taylor-Joy was also really good. And, of course, Jack Black is a fantastic Bowser. I mean, at least if he's going to play the villain role, he really hammed it up good. He did a great job. And it was like, you know what, Jack Black, thank you. We appreciate you as Bowser. You did a great job. Fantastic, even. That was just... Yay! So, anyway, what else can I say? I mean, I'm dressing up as Luigi, so... At least I feel like, at least my character, well, Luigi, is voice acted by someone I like, in terms of the role. And look, Chris Pratt is a great actor. There's no disrespect to him as an actor. He's great. It's just, again, he's, kind of meh for the role. They could have done better. And I really strongly think that Chris Pratt should have stepped down. I know I said I would stop on the negatives, but I can't help but, want to, Chris Pratt, just let someone else voice Mario. Please. I know you're a great actor. If they do a sequel, please step down. Please let Martinet do it. Please let Martinet have his own son. Because Martinet is really the real voice of Mario. Granted, it'd be weird if they had him as Mario and Luigi, so that's why I'm okay with, and Day did fantastic. But, again, I just wish that they did something like that. But, I know they're not, so I'm not going to, harp on something that's not going to change. And I just want to enjoy the movie for what it is. But, I am a pretty big super fan, so this is my battery pack. And I really enjoyed this movie, so definitely watch it, enjoy it. So that's me enjoying this movie. So thank you for watching, like, comment, subscribe. What did you think of the Mario Brothers movie? I watched it in 4DX. Did you watch it in 4DX? How did you watch the movie? And I'll see you guys later. Bye!